I'm lying down in a cornfield close to Daniel Lady Farm in Pennsylvania, America, and I'm whispering because I'm dead. Well, playing dead. If you'd like to guess why, here are some clues. The date is the 3rd of July. The farm is on the outskirts of a small town called Gettysburg. Yes, I'm part of a reenactment of one of the most famous battles of the American Civil War. I'm dressed as a private in the 71st Pennsylvania Regiment, and I've just fought in the front line defending against Pickett's charge, the bloody climax of the bloody Battle of Gettysburg. The Confederate attackers lost half their number. Fewer of us defenders died, but I drew the death ballot before fighting started this morning, so die I did. I'm with a group of hardcore progressives. Unlike the Farbies, the hated amateur weekend warriors, the progressives ensure every piece of their equipment and behavior is authentic, even dying. So I'm careful not to move, though I made sure in my death throes that my hat covers my face. There's an hour of battle to go, and I don't want sunburn, which will no doubt get me ribbed in camp tonight. The battle's over. The dead have risen and the units gathered for beans and pork around the fire. My comrades hate being called reenactors. They prefer the term living historians, or dying historians, I suppose. They take it pretty seriously, even the conversation. One just bawled me out for mentioning YouTube. Highlight of this evening is music from the regimental band. This should be authentic, and they'd better get it right, for some of my more aggressive comrades have been hitting the whiskey hard. Ooh, the musicians are warming up in a tent nearby. Let's go have a listen. There's some drumming, but that doesn't sound like music from the time. Some of the soldiers are not impressed. They're reaching for their weapons. Oh my God, I know what this is. No wonder the hardcore are livid. They're storming the tent. Well, there's nothing that can be done. It's the Big Muddler. Burps of bilious balderdash. We're back for another series, and so are you. Or, if you're just coming aboard now, you've missed nothing. Nothing at all. The first series of The Big Muddler was a hopeless farrago of half-baked drivel. Still, people seem to like it. I guess it takes all sorts. And what can you expect today? Well, there'll be some hangovers from Series 1, like listed jokes. They're still old and creaky. We'll find out what's happening on the beach in our soap opera Great Crustaceans. And we'll be sure to visit Muddler Live, that magical place where people like to laugh and sing. But let's start with something fresh and old. Some people think podcasting is a new phenomenon, especially the free-flow banter that typifies many popular shows. But we found an early example of the genre from the BBC Light programme decades ago. Let's have a listen.
Say goodbye to sadness. Bid farewell to fear. Dance around the kitchen. Have another beer. Outside it may be raining, but that don't bother me. For now the party's started. The rest is jollity. And here we are back again.
Why not try that once more, but this time into the microphone?
Gosh, yes. Oh, amateur time. You better fire that man.
I wish they would.
I bet you do, but they won't.
Why not?
I've been here too long, part of the furniture.
Yes, you're like the chairs, uncomfortable and wooden.
Ah, very clever. Now, listener, welcome back to The Rest is Jollity. I'm Melbury Samford, bon vivant, leg spinner, and all-round good egg.
I thought eggs were more oval than round. Well, I'm Worth Matravers. Call me anything, just don't call me late for tiffin. Now, Mellors, how was your weekend? Did you get up to any more hijinks?
Well, it's a funny story.
I think our listener will be the judge of that.
Indeed, but here we go. I was over at Bunty McFarlane's place near Hazelmere, just an ordinary shooting and cribbage weekend. Or so I thought.
This always happens.
What do you mean?
You go away under one pretense, and you come back under another.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, it was quite a rum crew, as expected. There was even someone there who sells cars in Newbury.
Must have driven you mad.
No, I took away his keys.
Boom, boom.
We put down quite a few birds on Saturday, 30 brace, I think, then a fortifying pit stop for brandy and crumpets.
Those would be good names for my budgerigars.
You mean Flotsam and Jetsam?
Yes, I suppose they do already have names.
Anyway, that pit stop turned into a pit session. And when we finally lurched back to Bunty's, we were in no shape for cribbage. And Dalgleish,
Who's that?
He's the car dealer chappie.
Is he a jock?
Don't think so. At least he didn't sound it.
So hard to tell these days.
Anyway, Dalgleish went a bit off the leash and started shooting up this dovecote.
The one by the stables?
Yes, and it was full at the time.
Full of what?
Doves. What do you think were there? Abyssinian wildebeest?
No.
Tasmanian porpoises?
No.
What about Siberian herons?
All right, Melbo, you've made your point. So, this dovecote becomes a house of carnage.
Yes, it was all white feathers and blood, like a pacifist pub crawl.
Don't remind me.
And Bunty was really quite put out.
No.
Yes, he excommunicated Dalgleish straight away, had the butler pack his bags and dump them at the gate.
That's quite serious.
It was. Dalgleish went off in a huff. Well, actually, he went off in his Humber, ran over his own bags, and crashed into a tree.
Did you go and help?
God, no. Bunty wanted to get on with the games. The poor fellow groaned all evening.
He was still in the car?
Well, he'd broken his leg. Wasn't going anywhere.
What did you do?
Put on the gramophone to drown out the noise.
That's a good idea. What games did you play?
Racing Demon. A lot of fun when you're squiffy.
And noisy too, I warrant. Another shield against the moaning.
Exactly.
And who won?
Yes.
Not you again.
Of course. The King of Cards strikes again.
Well, that's a great story. But we should be getting on with today's theme, which is, what's the most embarrassing thing you've seen during a game of tennis?
I think our listener may have thoughts on this.
You do?
I do.
But how can they get in touch?
It's very simple. Just send us a telegram. We'll know within hours.
Can any listener write in?
No, only special fans. This is a privilege for members of the Rest is Jollity Club, along with quarterly tea bags and other treats.
Oh, back in a second. Hello, I'm Milton Abbas from sister program The Rest is Poison, where we take time to examine crime, real crime, especially if it involves vicars. This week we start a 16-part series on the Macclesfield murders, and this case is a corker, quite literally, for the arsenic was stored in the communion wine. But who put it there? The curate? The vicar? Or the disgraced choirmaster? If you want to know, make sure you tune in to The Rest is Poison. And shush, trust nobody. Meanwhile, in a barn, in a field, deep in Suffolk, let's witness the resurrection of some classic gags.
But right now it's time, I'm afraid, for some more listed jokes.
They're old, they're creaky, they need some love, so tell them every day those listed jokes.
So I said to the waiter, "Could you tell me about the menu, please?" And he said, "The men I please are none of your business." I posed nude for an art class last week. They didn't ask me to. I think they were making bowls. A guy just drove past me outside, shouting, "The end is nigh," and driving a tractor. I think it was Farmageddon. I've got this new car, and it's got a button for pretty much anything. There's even one that says rear wipe. I haven't dared try that one yet. Lord Nelson was 5'6" tall. His stature in Trafalgar Square is 17 foot and 1 inch. That's a ratio of about 3 to 1. Here's allegedly Barry Cryer's final joke, which should go down as a listed joke. A couple are walking down the street, and they see a man walking on the other side of the road, and the wife says, "I think that's the Archbishop of Canterbury. Go and ask him." So the husband goes up to the man and says, "Excuse me, are you the Archbishop of Canterbury?" And the man says, "Fuck off." So he goes back to his wife. And she said, "What did he say? Is he the Archbishop of Canterbury?" And he said, "He told me to fuck off." And she said, "Oh, now we'll never know." There's more.
They're old, they're creaky, they need some love, so tell them every day those listed jokes. At last, the touch of a robot is within reach. You know, you don't need to spend a fortune on personalized autonomous care. Come pick up a bargain of Ricelip Robots, your one-stop shop for second-hand domestic droids. We have hundreds of pre-loved machines, all cleaned and reconditioned, ready for you to employ and enjoy.
Good morning, Doris. How are you today?
Say hello to Alex. This dedicated home help is your live-in care worker and cook, cleaner and companion, your nurse, your dresser, and in more advanced models, your lover too. Alex's memory has been wiped clean of their last client. Just 2 weeks of daily assimilation, and they'll know you better than you do.
Hi, it's time for you to take Dulcolax.
Birthdays, medications, the names of your neighbors, the names of your children, all there for instant recall. So don't delay. Head down to Ricelip Robots today. Assisted living has never been cheaper. Terms and conditions. Ricelip Robots cannot take responsibility for any adverse behavioral patterns, unscheduled omissions, or unprogrammed assaults. You know, when things get mucky, you need soap. Or in our case, a soap opera. Yes, it's time for Great Crustaceans, the salty saga of some seaside entertainers who happen to be shellfish. Let's meet the band. Guitarist Ray, who's a razor clam, is always a bit grumpy, especially with bassist Squid Vicious, who's a squid. And they're both wary of drummer Spider, who's a spider crab from the West Midlands, and pretty strange. Meanwhile, Kenneth Prawn, who's naturally a prawn, is trying to manage the band. Good luck to him. They're wild, they're snappy, but they're seldom happy. They came in on the wrong tide, got washed up on the sand. They got nowhere left to hide, so they formed themselves a band. They're great crustaceans, great crustaceans. They're great crustaceans. The band hasn't had much work recently. But manager Kenneth Prawns got an idea for more gigs, and lucrative ones too. Now, boys, I've called this meeting to tell you about an exciting opportunity that's arisen.
You gonna get Squid some music lessons?
No, of course not.
Or has the clinic finally scheduled Spider's lobotomy?
Ray, that's not nice.
Spider's not nice.
I am here, you know.
Oh, blimey, there you are. Are the bookies on strike?
Very funny.
Oh, wait, no. Is your probation officer on holiday?
Ray, just once, can you open your mouth without insulting someone?
I'm just kidding. Can't you take a joke?
Well, you're the joke, and I'm not sure we can take you anymore.
Boys, please, that's enough. Now listen. How does this sound to you? £1,500 for a single gig, guaranteed. And we don't have to go far.
It sounds great.
That's not bad.
What's the catch?
There's no catch.
There's always a catch.
No, it's a proper gig. 2 sets of 45, good PA and food. 1,500 cash in our hands.
If only all gigs were like that.
Where is it?
It's at the Belmont Hotel.
What night of the week?
Saturday.
I know what that is. It's a bloody wedding, isn't it?
Yes, it is a celebration, a sort of wedding, but it's a good one. And if this goes well, there may be lots more.
We don't do weddings.
Why not?
Think about it. Which of our songs would you like to get wed to? Blood on the Beach? Hidden Claws? Or maybe, Who Shed That Shell? That's romantic.
Ray, I think this is a great chance for us to expand our repertoire.
You mean play covers?
We're musicians. There are a lot of fab songs out there. What's wrong with using our skills to play nice tunes and give people joy?
I don't mind covers. I've always wanted to play Genesis.
Yeah, they could walk down the aisle to 30 minutes of Suppers Ready.
Actually, the hotel has supplied a set list.
Oh, God.
But don't worry, they're all classic wedding songs, so it's useful to learn them.
Let's have a look. Oh, Mumford and Sons.
Fatuous folkers.
Hey, I like a bit of James Blunt.
Man or rhyming slang.
I've always wanted to do some David Gray.
Please tell me this isn't happening. I did not learn rock guitar to play Mariah Bloody Carey.
But Ray, you're such a good musician. You could pick up any song fast.
Do you think so?
Yes, if you practiced a bit.
Oh, piss off, you slimy cephalopod.
Boys, let's look at this differently. We're a band. Bands exist to play gigs. We're also workers, and we work to make money. Now, we've been offered a good gig that pays good money, so that meets all our objectives. It's that simple. Oh, and it makes people happy too. How about that Chuck Berry song, My Ding-a-Ling? That's very romantic.
It's not really a wedding song.
Why not?
Well, you know what he means by My Ding-a-Ling.
Yes, he's going to give her a call.
No, Spider. It's an ode to masturbation.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. I suppose that wouldn't suit a wedding night. I think we're getting a bit off track here, boys. Also, I should point out the band has accepted the gig.
What?
They needed a quick answer, and we needed the gig.
Right, I'm out of here.
Ray!
You better find yourselves a new guitarist.
Ray, you go after him, Ken.
Well, if he really doesn't want to play...
What?
Maybe we should find someone who does.
No, he's Ray. He's part of Great Crustaceans. This is terrible. What are we gonna do?
They're wild. They're snappy. But they're seldom happy. They came in on the wrong tide, got washed up on the sand. They got nowhere left to hide, so they formed themselves a band. They're great crustaceans, great crustaceans. They're great crustaceans. Back in the barn, in the field, at Folk East Festival in Suffolk, some terrible puns are about to be unleashed.
Continuing this theme, We now have a section called Pop-Up Animals. It's about creatures, fish, birds, mammals, whatever, who emerge unexpectedly in songs. You don't expect them, and suddenly they're there. I'll give you an example. Here's a folk song that I like to call Walkies. All the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? I think you're picking this one up fast, folks. Here's a folk song that's got two unexpected animals. My love, she was wise. My love, she was twitchy. She'd stand upon the branch and sing to wit, to woo. She could turn her head right round to look behind her. Then she'd circle my kitten, flying on all sides, owl around my cat. See, they're there, you just gotta look for them. And look, there's plenty more. Think of song titles. When the Stoat Comes In. The bees, they grow so high. I love these ones. And yeah, but it's not just folk music. These animals pop up also in musical theatre. I feel a little bit of Lloyd Webber coming on. I flicked my tail, swam through the ocean. I had a notion that my love was blue. So many fish, it can be tricky, but I'm not picky. Any bream will do. Any bream will do. There's lots like that in Joseph and his goat of many colours. Then there's rock music, of course. You know the Rolling Stones song, Hey You, Get Off My Cloud? Well, there's a Scottish version of that song. Hey, my cloud, get off my you. You may be wondering at this point, how many more animal puns can we take? We're not even halfway, folks. The Who, with Roger Poultry. Think of the songs, Pinball Weasel. The Kids Are All Right. Get it? Yeah, it's like My Dear Companion. And Bar Bar Black Sheep O'Reilly is one of my favourites. Elton John. Elton John's always good for a pop-up animal. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Toad. Saturday Night's All Right for Whiting. And my particular favourite, Can You Feel the Dove Tonight?
You know, it's not a good idea for the big muddler to push its way in when there are crowds of angry people who are drunk, have been eating beans, and have guns. Fortunately, these living history firearms only shoot blanks. Even so, I've made my exit, and now I'm heading off to Pastures New, where I'll play live, not dead. And the big muddler is no doubt on its way too, searching for another noble place it can ruin with ham intrusion. It will be led, as always, by Ham-in-Chief Matthew Crampton, a man seemingly without shame or talent. Oh well, good luck to him, and good luck to you too. I think we all need it.